Thus on a museum crawl in Elgin, Illinois. First stop was the former Elgin National Watch Company Observatory and current U-46 School Planetarium. The watch company opened the observatory in 1910, not to study the stars, but to more accurately set the time on their watches. The telescope had vertical wires inside the eyepiece, and astronomers could count every time a star crossed one of the wires. This data was then compared with solar time on one of the clocks in the clock room. The Elgin National Watch Company ceased production in the 50s and donated the observatory to School District U-46 in 1960. The school added a planetarium a few years later, and it's still used as a science classroom today. Next, we headed down the street to Elgin Fire Barn No. 5 Museum. This fire barn opened in 1904 and was the last of Elgin's fire barns to be taken out of service. It was originally built to house 2 horses and the horse-drawn fire wagon. It became a museum in 1991 and is full of artifacts about the history of firefighting. The museum has very limited hours, so it was great to finally catch it open. There are 3 floors to the museum. In the basement is an exhibit on EMS history. The main floor showcases a 1929 fire truck, an original Elgin steam wagon, and upstairs shows how the crew would have used the living quarters. After the fire barn, we headed over to the Elgin History Museum. Still one of my biggest flexes is when we first visited here and the staff knew us from parks events we used to run and insisted on giving us free admission. As you might have guessed from the name, the Elgin History Museum showcases the history of Elgin. There are 7 permanent exhibits and 2 temporary exhibits. My favorites are the Made in Elgin exhibit and the Elgin National Watch Company exhibit. Elgin does also have a natural history museum, the Elgin Public Museum, but we had to get our nephew home from a nap. We visited before though and enjoyed it too. It's a great little museum.